Hang on a second.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Okay, when we're having adverse conditions placed on our body through our diet and through our lack of corrective exercise, the body unfortunately will try and adapt and try and maintain the ongoing life process as long as possible. It'll do this by loss of function. Now, it'll do this by loss of function. You'll start to lose the use of your knee joint or your hip joint, because the body in its wisdom, with those toxins that are continually present in the bloodstream beyond a normal level, so there are abnormal levels of toxins in the bloodstream, those toxins will tend to be deposited out in the joints, especially of the knees, pulled down by gravity, ankles, hips, okay? Low back too. So therefore, what do we do nowadays? We cut out the knees and replace it with an artificial joint. We cut out the hip, replace it with an artificial joint. And the thing is that the body in its wisdom doesn't want to harm the more vital organs, such as the brain, the heart, the lungs, so it pushes the toxins into those areas that are not essential for the ongoing process of life. That's what it wants to do inherently, is try and keep going for as long as possible under adverse circumstances. And that's why we pay the price. When you have an artificial joint put in, it's going to give you temporary relief, but you're not a healthy person. You still cannot rely on that joint to go through the full range of motion. It's probably going to last, it's probably got a window of opportunity for lasting. It's not going to last forever. Your joints can actually last for well into your 90s and 100 years if you're treating them correctly. And the way you treat them correctly is by doing two things. You provide adequate quantity of blood to the joint through your movement and through your daily activity, and you provide adequate quality of blood to the joint through eating the right type of diet, not eating a diet that we're not designed to eat. We're not designed to eat animals. We're not designed to eat meat. We're not designed to drink dairy and all that artificial stuff which keeps so many animals, millions and billions of them, in horrible, torturous conditions. So therefore, why continue to promulgate that when you are doing your own self so much damage? And it definitely is the case, because I had arthritis when I was 25, and then I saw the light and gave up meat and haven't eaten meat since then. And you can live so much more healthy. Why would you want to torture yourself by continuing to eat something that your body is not designed to handle? It places such an abnormal strain on your body to eat meat, grains, starches over a period of time. We're so resilient that we can get away with it for a little while, especially when we're younger, but we don't get away with it forever. And believe me, I can speak from experience, because I've been there and I've been here, you know. Now that I've seen what actually happens as you minimalize your diet, you're going to get actually a lot healthier as you simplify it. We are designed by nature to be have a plant-based diet. That means a low protein, low fat type of diet, okay? Not a high fat, not a high protein diet. The bodybuilders, the weightlifters, they might be thinking that they're really healthy, but they're not actually very healthy. It's placing an abnormal strain on their heart all the time. Even muscle tissue, extra muscle tissue, has 3 times the amount of blood vessels than fat tissue does. So it's probably actually healthier to be a little bit fat than it is to be hugely muscular. But the point is, we're such an efficient fat-storing organism, that is how we've evolved, that we do put on fat quite quickly. So it's best to be able to manage that through a way of eating that I call quantum eating, which I can talk about on another lecture. But today I've been talking about the common postures and the uncommon postures, and why it's so essential a few minutes a day to get into the uncommon postures. So I think we'll move on with that right now and just run through that, okay?